What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Showdown breakdown. We got a special Friday night edition, little Friday football. Bobbywow, what's up with that?
Little Friday football. I like it. Couple weeks in a row here.
Can never have enough football.
No.
And I love the weekend football. Friday next week too. We got a little more. We got football all the time. Bobbywow with the GOAT call last night. Guys, did you see yesterday's Showdown breakdown? Bobbywow here spitting Javonte Williams. Keep my name out your mouth. Javonte Williams comes through. It's a captain call, Bobbywow? How do you do it?
Yeah. I wish I could get the rest of my lineup right. I'll just say that.
Why are you this good?
That was good. It did work out well. It was a fun game in the first half for a while, and then we hit that delay, and the offense is kind of shut down, which was a little annoying. But it's still a good game. It was fun at the end.
I thought the Cowboys were going to win this game. Guys, I spent a whole offseason telling you all, right? Beware of drafting those pass catchers from the Eagles. I don't know how much more warning. I made a full video, Bobbywow, talking about the donkey picks. And I was like, the donkeyest pick in fantasy football this year is A.J. Brown in round 2. Not because A.J. Brown's not awesome, but because they just don't throw it enough. And quite honestly, I don't think that Jalen Hurts is like the greatest arm quarterback we've ever seen, right? He's just okay.
He's better than people give him credit for. I think he does what needs to be done to win, and we saw it again last night. Like clearly, his best asset are his legs.
He has a beautiful skill set that works amazingly well. But what it doesn't typically do, and it will pop, like A.J. Brown's going to have a 30-plus point game this year.
Absolutely.
The problem is when you do that, we're going to get off this topic, but the problem is when you do that for season-long fantasy football, you lose the week. We're not trying to win a tournament. We're trying to win a marathon in fantasy. That's why you don't do that. Those guys are good for DFS only. But great calls last night. Hopefully a lot of success for people who had the balls to listen to Wow and captain up Javonte Williams. But now we have another game tonight. We got the Chiefs. We have the Chargers in this one. There's a lot of mystery around this game because
not so clear.
What's that?
This one's not as clear as a lot more question marks than what we had last night here. It's going to be an interesting one to discuss.
Always that way with the Chiefs. And then we add on a couple of factors here, right? Both of these teams, pretty good defense.
Pretty good.
Better. Chiefs better. Spags.
Chiefs better. And again, last night we saw a defense, Eagles arguably one of the best. And if CeeDee Lamb doesn't drop three balls in the breadbasket, the Cowboys win the game. They scored 30 points to win the game. So, but it's the first week. But yes, pretty good defenses.
Pretty good defenses, both these teams. We have Rashee Rice out for the Chiefs 6 weeks. We'll have our first appearance of Hollywood Brown. Who's that? Oh, you're supposed to say, who's that? Brown. Oh, come on.
Oh, man.
I set you up for that one, Bobbywow.
See, I'm thinking, okay.
I set you up and you let me down.
That's on me.
Yeah, you let me down. The premiere of Hollywood Brown. No. He's ready. I have to wear a terry after your Javonte call. It's awesome. So, yeah, typically with the Chiefs, we also have the mystery that is early season Travis Kelce.
Yes.
Who knows? The running back situation. Are they going to go ahead? I have a sneaky running back on this team that I'm very excited about on the Chiefs side. I'm going to save it for I don't want to spoiler alert it. I'm hoping that you'll call his name out and it'll be like a wow call instead. And then on the flip side, with the Chargers, we have a lot of new things going on this team, Bobbywow.
A lot of new old things, right? Some new old
things, new things, borrowed and blue things, all happening on the Chargers this week. Starting with the new running back, Omarion Hampton, made Omarion, as I like to call him. You got the return of Najee Harris as well from the eye thing, but I don't know if I trust any of that. Dude hasn't played with the team at all. He's got fireworks popping in his eyes. He's wearing sunglasses. I don't know what's going on with Najee. Is Omarion going to get the full workload? We're going to find out.
I doubt it.
I'm leaning more Omarion heavy workload.
I think it'll be more of a mix than we'll like. I think is what we'll see. Omarion will be the number one guy. He'll get the start, like Harbaugh said. But man, the Chiefs' run defense is tough, like you said. And Omarion, look, the guy, he's a rookie. I have questions about his pass catching ability and his kind of ability to get out around the end with speed. It'll be interesting seeing him up against the Chiefs here.
Absolutely. And you're right. The flip side is the matchup is not good for anybody in the run game for the Chargers just because of how good that the Chiefs run defense is. But I'd say the flip side is the Chargers are a team that is good at running the football and they want to run the football. So we're going to have to feel that one out. Bring it around to the Chiefs. And you're like, hey, last year, Pacheco and Kareem Hunt were splitting carries by the end. Maybe even Hunt doing better. Was that because of the knee for Pacheco? He's recovering, broke a foot, something terrible happened to him. So he wasn't back to full strength. Even in the playoffs, they were playing Hunt. Is that going to continue this year? Or are they going to be like, no, Pacheco's our guy. Hunt is straight backup. And hey, our third down guy is completely different, which I think might be the case.
Yeah, I think it's tough at this point. I tend to agree with DFS Up North, who sees it like Pacheco is going to get the keys to start the season. They're going to hand him the keys to the car. They're going to allow him to kind of become the guy again, after what was a really down season last year. Now he had the broken leg, came back. It was just really, he never seemed healthy, Pacheco. So I think he's going to get a shot to reclaim that role again at the beginning of the season. As far as the number 2 and number 3, I think, like you said, you've got some thoughts on that. But I do think Pacheco will be the guy to start.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to give it full to Pacheco. I think last year was the guy still hurt anomaly, not necessarily we like this splitting situation.
Right.
But again, the Chiefs are very difficult. And I'm going to predict this right here, Bobbywow. Before we click over on the domination station and check out the ownerships for captain and flex, as we like to do, and get a sense of what the chalk is going to be, I'm predicting that I don't really think that we're going to have such a chalky slate here. Like, I think it's going to be I'm having a hard time figuring out I kind of know who my top captain is right now. Actually, before we look, Bobbywow, first give me your guess as to who is the highest owned captain. I have not looked.
I hope it's not Mahomes. I think it might be. I
hope it is Mahomes.
I guess that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by that. I would guess Mahomes or Ladd would be my 2 guesses.
All right. It's got to be Ladd. But my secondary would be Xavier Worthy. So those are the 2 that are popping for me the most by far in this one.
Everyone loves Mahomes week 1 for some reason.
Let's see. You're probably right. Oh, yeah, you are right. This is good, Bobbywow. Mahomes far and away the highest owned captain, followed by Worthy. Herbert. All right. This is the slate where we're going to be able to employ my fade the pocket passer approach to DFS showdowns on. Let me make sure I'm looking at DraftKings. Yeah, we are. This is DraftKings. This is not an error. Mahomes.
That is shocking.
22%.
The field loves Mahomes the first week every year, but that's more than I would have anticipated.
It's like they remember what happened in the playoffs where Mahomes was doing that thing in the playoffs and just assume it's just going to keep going. Could be. But wow. What an easy fade.
Wow.
McConkey only 10%. Travis Kelce still off the Eras tour. He's barely even back into back in the mode of football, right? Travis Kelce's out there. He's got a podcast. He's going on dates with Swift, double dates. Taylor's like, yo, Ryan and Blake are on the phone. They have reservations at, I don't know the names of fancy restaurants. Are we in? Yeah, let's go. That's what Kelsey's been doing. He hasn't been playing football.
He's a seasoned vet though with that stuff. He's got a year under his belt now.
The guy is planning a $100 million wedding celebration. How much time do you have? I planned a wedding. It was not $100 million. It was 30 years ago or 25 years ago, but I did it, and it took a lot of time. It was annoying. Not gonna lie.
He's not doing a minute of that planning. Come on, let's be real here.
Oh, you don't think
no, I don't think
like your ass is gonna be in here as we meet with the photographers and the and then the florists. And he's like, okay, honey. Okay, dear. Whatever you say, dear. No.
I think Kelsey looks good week 1 for the first time in a couple years. I do. I think he comes out ready to play.
Dixon Sider does not agree with that at all. He thinks he's checked out.
He has been. I mean, he has been checked out. You know, it feels like really for the last 2 years. Yeah. Outside of the playoffs. But I do think this year is different.
What's up, Mr. 5 Cent? Where you been? Good to have him back. All right, so let's jump right into it. Guys, if you missed, and real quick, we're going to go through the ownerships and kind of talk through our captains, how we're going to try to attack this. And real quick, if you guys missed it, yesterday we had the flash sale. We still have our kickoff promo going up through Monday at DFS Army. So if you're not signed up yet, get in there now. Kickoff 2025 is the code, and that knocks 20% off VIP weekly or monthly. That's the one you want. It will lock that price in for as long as you're subscribed to DFS Army. Our monthly VIP, you know how much it is, Bobbywow? You probably don't even know. It's $89.99. So what? Half the price of any other site. We are the everyman site, and you get 20% off. That takes down to about $70. What was that? $2 a day. Worth it for all of what you get at DFS Army, cheat sheets, projections, all that goods, and just hang with Bobbywow. I'd pay $2 a day just to hang with you in a Discord if there was nothing else. That's me. I'm not saying everybody else should, but I would. All right. Let's jump into this. So taking a look at the captains, Bobbywow thinks I'm joking all the time. I'm not even joking about it. I'm like, yeah, that seems funny, fair. Man. I would do it.
That's such a nice thing to say.
I would. Taking a look at the captain. So this is crazy. I think this is an easy slate to differentiate yourself to the field just because everybody's playing Mahomes. Okay, you do that. Yeah. Again, I like Mahomes on FanDuel as a kid's acceptable, but here on DraftKings, I don't like this play very much at all. I think if Mahomes is having a smash game, Bobbywow, that Xavier Worthy is out smashing him.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. That's the thing about Mahomes. That's the only doubt that always creeps in, is that he spreads the ball around. We don't see guys catch 3 touchdown passes in a game with Mahomes. We don't see guys even catch 2 outside of maybe Travis Kelce in the playoffs. Like this Chiefs offense is built to spread the football around. Geek, it wouldn't shock me if we saw 4 running backs score a touchdown here and just make a mess of this slate.
What a stinker if that happens. But, listen, weird things can happen.
My point is, it's just we don't see a ton of focus. Now, Ray Rice out. Is that kind of what you're thinking with not Ray Rice, with Rashee Rice out? With
Rashee Rice out, we saw last year that Worthy was the prime beneficiary.
Yes.
And I'm going to add in 2 little factors here, and I like Hollywood Brown, so I don't want to like discount him too much. But the other guy who's going to be out there is like Juju Smith-Schuster. We've got Tyquan Thornton, who, by the way, looked good in the preseason in the Mecole Hardman role. I need to think of something for Tyquan Thornton for his name yet, but a Hardman style, like he's going to get it done. Tyquan Thornton's going to win us a tournament 1 week this season. I'm confident in it, playing that deep ball role, but he's a speedster, Bobbywow, a speedster. But we saw, like, when Mahomes needs to throw it to someone consistently, when Rashee Rice is out, Xavier Worthy steps into that spot. I don't really see like where Juju Smith-Schuster, who's fine and, spread the ball around guy, we're going to be interested in him here on the slate, but where he's going to be generally a high likelihood focal point. And if I can get Worthy, he's still too high owned even in the captain, but if I can get him there at 14%, I think that's a lot better than a Mahomes at 23% when we already know Mahomes typically, I mean, his average fantasy points per game last season was like 16.5. This is not a quarterback that, since it's been 2 years since he smashed and since he's been a high scoring guy.
Yeah.
Lad McConkey, of course, fits in as well here.
I don't think Keenan Allen is the craziest captain play, to be honest with you. And maybe that's because I'm obviously a huge Bears fan, so I'm glued to every second of every Bears thing. But last season with the Bears, Keenan Allen looked young and spry. That he had some huge games with the Bears. This is a system that Keenan Allen knows in LA, and he's got some familiarity with Herbert. Look, he was signed less than a month ago, I think. So, I'm sure he's still kind of getting up to speed a little bit in terms of his physical shape, but Keenan Allen could fly under the radar a little bit. I'm not nearly as confident in him as I am Javonte, but 3%, he's a guy, again, in deeper tournaments. I think he's worth a shot too.
And I will say this, I do have from the coach's notes that the Chargers coaching staff said Keenan Allen is like brilliant. He picks it up right away, fits right in. All the words were like, this guy is spectacular. We love him, and he's fitting right in. And picking up the offense is no problem at all. So really, really positive words. But continuing on that theme, listen, there are other mysteries on that Chargers offensive side. Like, who's the WR3? Is it going to be? I think Keenan Allen will be locked in WR2. Like,
absolutely.
My guess. Yeah,
absolutely.
And then will they move Lad McConkey out to the outside to put Keenan back to his typical slot spot? Maybe, because Lad could do it all.
Lad could do it all. I'm not super concerned about Lad here. I think Keenan as WR2 at worst.
Who's the WR3?
I think the WR3, we're going to start the season with Quentin Johnson. It doesn't sound like Trey Harris was overly impressive in camp.
No, he didn't have a great camp at all.
But who's to say? I think it's more of like a revolving door there. Trey Harris will be the WR3 at some point. It's not going to be Quentin Johnson over him forever.
Maybe. Oh, maybe Trey Harris sucks more than Quentin Johnston, who we know. Quentin Johnston is a very like hit or miss kind of a player. He might improve over the course of a career, by the way. He has the physical talent, but I think concentration issues are a problem for him. Let's see what their ownerships are. So Quentin Johnston's coming in around 16%. I think Trey Harris will be cheaper and less owned. So yeah, we go down here and unowned, 0.89%.
His projection is just disgusting. Trey Harris
with the props. No prop for him at all. Like that. He's so bad they didn't even prop him. He has no props for his projection, which is disturbing. Yeah, there it is. So big. Yeah, and I'm looking, the prop projections really like, they're telling a tale here. They're telling a story.
Yep.
Yeah, the props don't like Kelsey at all either. Very much discounting Kelsey relative to like the model. Yeah. That's big. Yeah. All right. So where were we? So yeah, let's talk through some of the captains that we like a lot here, Bobbywow. And you said maybe Keenan Allen. Anybody else? So Keenan Allen coming in 3% owned.
Yeah, I think, look, Lad McConkey, Xavier Worthy, to me, are the top two captains. Not super close. But I do think Keenan Allen could be worth a look. If you're running out 150 lineups, he's a guy that I might try to get 5% of, 5 to 10% of. Hollywood Brown, when he's healthy for whatever short time that will be, I think he's always a viable, interesting shot here in tournaments. He had some chemistry with Mahomes for a little bit last season. He just can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the field. So, but I do think he's in play as well. Where I'm having trouble getting is any of the running backs a captain. I don't know. Do you feel differently? At least on DraftKings?
If it's a low scoring game, no, I mean, these running backs are not great. I think Omarion Hampton should be in the discussion just in case it's like one of those weird games. And I would say the same for Pacheco, just like the starters, just in case it goes a little weird, low scoring affair. both defenses are good here. Both offenses might come out the gate rocking, but it's week one. Weird things happen in week one. A lot of times teams are out of sync a little bit, especially offenses are out of sync a little bit in week one. And, they're not quite, they're most definitely generally not going to be in that midseason form this early. So, yeah, I think, I'll allow it for Omarion too. I'm not convinced that Najee Harris is going to play very much at all. I actually think Omarion will get like a good amount of run here. He projects and his props are significantly superior to Pacheco. If you look at the props for Omarion, he's almost at 17 points, which is like elite running back level projection. Where, Pacheco, same price, is about 2 points lower, a full 2 points lower. Not, can you guys see this? Do I have this large enough? Let me blow this up a little. I can't go that big, but yeah. Where what was I just looking at? Yeah, Omarion 16.8 on the prop, and Isaiah Pacheco really down to 15. So I think Omarion Hampton has some upside, and wouldn't that be a glorious start for the rookie that everybody kind of like almost discounted compared to Ashton Janty? Even though, if we're wise, we know that rookie running backs taken in round one are a special breed and a rare breed that you have to really embrace.
Unless you're the Bears, but that's my baggage. Yeah, so I think you're right. I mean, those props are off the charts for Hampton.
Like to me, Omarion pops a little bit. He stands out a little bit. Pacheco, maybe, and definitely Hollywood Brown here though. Look at that, Hollywood Brown's projection here, 15.2. Just to be clear, at 8,700 compared to a 14.9, 11.4 price tag for Pacheco. So definitely Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown will be in my captain pool. Yep. 5% owned. I don't mind that. You gave us Keenan Allen at 3%. Who I'm not going to use, probably not Kareem. I'm certainly not using Kareem Hunt as a captain. I'm not going to go with a defense. I'm probably not going to use kickers here. Juju is a no for me as well. So I'm just kind of narrowing it down on screen as we speak. Bobbywow, in terms of these captaincies, let's say you were crazy enough to put chalk Mahomes at captain because you hate money. I'm not saying Mahomes can't be awesome, by the way, but if he's going to be the chalk captain, that is the worst possible DFS play that I can think of, win or lose. So that's a forced two, no? You hate forcing stacks, but it's got to be a forcing two. Both these guys. Same with Herbie. I'm forcing two. Here's what I'll allow for your comfort, Bobbywow. I will allow the
running backs in there.
Yes, I will allow to throw the running backs in there, especially like
for my comfort.
What's that?
I said for my comfort,
because I know you don't like to overly listen. Yesterday it was I think it was a pass to Javonte or like Miles Sanders. It was something almost went to the house from Dak, and I was like, oh, there it is. See, running back, but it didn't go to the house anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could see Mahomes throwing one to Pacheco. I could see Mahomes throwing one to Elijah Mitchell, my sneaky guy for this one, for the slate.
There it is. Here's what I'll say about the two. You better be willing to include the WR4s and 5s if you're going to make that rule +2, because Mahomes could absolutely throw a touchdown pass to Tyquan Thornton, like you said. Like he needs to be part of that, or Herbert to Darius Davis or Smith, whoever. If you're going to do it, at least two, make sure all those guys are still in your pool.
That's the way. That's why you force it, by the way, and you don't just do the sim boost. When you do the force, it's gonna when it's looking for a turd, it's gonna pluck Tyquan Thornton instead of some other guy, just because that's gonna make that work.
Yes.
Or that backup tight end, for the Chargers, the TE2. I don't know who it is. Will Disley? I don't even know who it is on the Chargers TE2. So I think
Disley is so ugly. At the tight end position is just gross.
My guy from the Jets is on the
Conklin.
Yeah, Conklin.
Him and Disley are like 1A, 1B. Basically two tight end twos fighting for the one.
Ray Zanny was with us all through the best ball season, And he was a big drafter of Tyquan Thornton late in drafts because he was showing up in Chiefs training camp. So let's not, I'm going to say the name a few more times so it's remembered that we talked up Tyquan Thornton just in case he does pop off.
And of course, Noah Gray as well for talking pass catchers.
I've been saying Oronde Gadsden. Ivan and Martin
Lord have mercy.
Oronde Gadsden the second might be that guy. So we got a mess at tight end from the Chargers. It's not going to be easy to figure out which one to play. Like, all right, well, I'm really curious about those ownerships. But continuing on the captaincy, Bobbywow, am I missing anyone here? I think this list is acceptable for me. I'll probably pull off Mahomes for that ownership. It's too much. I'm just going to not do it. I'll probably pull Herbert just because I don't really like to play that style of quarterback as a captain. I'll take the L if it doesn't work out.
I think that's a great list.
Yeah, I think. And one little thing we learned in the offseason, and if in researching the Showdown, just a general reason why I'm so averse on DraftKings to these quarterbacks. Typically, most slates quarterbacks are owned at around 30 to 33%. And they're only the nuts captain in the range of 20 to 22% of the time. And I believe that if we remove running quarterbacks from that conversation, the actual times on DraftKings where pocket passers are the nuts are even less. So I think there's just plus EV in fading that even if you're wrong today.
Yep. I fully agree.
Even if you're wrong today. All right. So with that being said, let's jump over to any other correlations. Let me get to a couple more correlations before we jump over to the flex. And actually, for this one, guys, we'll build a little kind of cashy lineup at the end. But Bobbywow, any correlations here? So if Herbert also +2, if I'm playing McConkey, am I forcing Herbert in that lineup? I think I am.
No.
You're not. You're not for that. Worthy, no forced Mahomes, no force of the quarterback with a wide receiver.
Worthy might be different. For me, McConkey, just the PPR upside, he can score a ton of points with catches that don't necessarily result in touchdowns, or not a ton of yardage. So I'm not forcing that. Worthy, maybe a little bit different. Probably force some Mahomes in there.
I feel like if I use Kelsey as a captain, I'm going to force Mahomes.
Kelsey,
if Kelsey's having a day, Mahomes is probably having a day. Like they almost always go together.
Yeah, it's just we've seen these games with these guys and with the Chiefs in particular where Kelsey and Mahomes will have a big game, but only one will crack the optimal lineup at captain. The other guy won't even be in the lineup because of salary restrictions. So I don't know that we have to worry about that week one, but yes, I think that is the right play is to include Mahomes with Kelsey.
Yeah, the TE2 is definitely Gray, not Tanyan. Tanya would be the TE3. Let's jump over to the flex, Bobbywow, and I'm going to sort by P owned first, just to get an idea of where the chalk is headed. It looks really similar to the captain spot with Mahomes, Herbert being sort of the high own, Worthy and McConkey coming in each at 40%. High ownership on Kelsey, 35%. I don't know why I did that, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm just absorbing it. Hampton, 32. Pacheco, 30, 27. Hollywood. Keenan, a strong 25%. Kareem Hunt probably over-owned at 18%, or maybe not at 3,600. I really need to think about that one. Love Dicker, the kicker.
How could you not?
The guy's a good kicker. Like, he's good.
One of the best. Yes.
Yeah. You got to play some Dicker.
Butker too.
Yeah, Harry Butker too. Both of these kickers are like elite, can nail a 58-yarder, no problem. Teams like to kick it a lot. This is a great field goal kicker game.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm going to have some heavy fucking kickers exposure here on this one. What about defenses, Bobbywow? Chiefs? Should we play these guys? I'm not playing Chargers against. I don't play defenses against Pat Mahomes. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and Herbert really doesn't turn the ball over a ton. I mean, he didn't have a great season last season, but I don't love either defense. I don't know that there's going to be a ton of turnovers in this game here.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of these defenses. If I had to play one, though, I'm going to play the Chiefs over the Chargers. This keeps saying, wait, I feel like this is flipped. And let me just check something here. This is a Chiefs home game, correct?
This game is in. No, it's in Brazil, isn't it?
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's Brazil. Maybe I'm making. Where is this game in?
Somebody get me that in. I should have had that before we started this, but
it's a Charger home game, but it's not in LA. It's
not in LA.
Where is the game? Gosh, I'm blanking.
It is Brazil. Okay, this is in Brazil. So what the hell what about the effect? Because I'm like, who's the home team in this? What is the effect of this Brazil stuff?
The effect, it's week 1 as it is. Okay. It's already crazy. So I don't know. I don't know that there is a measurable effect here. I really don't.
There is, but we just don't know how to predict it. Like I don't know how to predict.
That's what I mean by that. There's not a predictable effect.
Yeah. There is an effect. Something's. I mean, you're eating Brazilian food. You ever eat Brazilian food? It's really good, actually. I'm not gonna complain.
No,
a lot of steaks.
Food's great.
Eat a lot of steaks down there. A little churrasco.
Some of our best friends are Brazilian. Yeah.
I might be thinking of Argentina. In fairness, I don't differentiate those two places all that much.
That's wild, man. Oh,
pretty sure chimichurri and churrasco is Argentinian. So I don't know what they eat in Brazil. Guga. Oh, I do know. They eat picanha. But they do love their steaks in Brazil.
Picanha is, oh my Lord.
They love the picanha down there.
Holy cow, man.
Dude, I'd be eating I'd be eating picanha nonstop if I'm down in Brazil. Like, yeah, okay, I'll have some.
Our friends made the best picanha. Oh, the sous vide they had. Oh, all right. Anyway.
I've never even had picanha. Never.
You haven't?
Never.
Oh my goodness.
I've not had it. I love a steak. Yeah, Guga. That's right. Guga, my guy Guga. He loves that picanha. Jordan Grace. I can't believe somebody else knows who Guga is. That's funny. All right. So anyway, they're having picanha. They're all happy down there. They're doing great. Continuing on though. Yeah. So we got Tyler Conklin, Bobbywow, 12%. Look at even the props don't know what to do here. Conklin and Disley have the same prop, 4.5-ish, same ownership, same everything, almost the same price.
Yeah.
How do you choose?
You mix them in. You don't. There's there's no choice here. You just mix them. Don't get cute there.
Going to the turd zone. The guy that I teased at the beginning of this, and I like it more and more here, what I'm seeing, based on what I'm seeing here, although there's risk. So the Chiefs have 2 running backs that are kind of slated to fill the Jerick McKinnon third down role on this team. They brought in Elijah Mitchell, who we all know and love from 2 years ago when he filled in for the injured McCaffrey.
Yep.
And gave us like a great season of football as like a starting running back for the Chiefs. He was awesome. He's gone. I think he got hurt for all of last year. It was gone. And then we get the rookie Brashard Smith, who is kind of the rookie that was brought in for that role as well. Although I personally believe that like a rookie is going to cede the touches to the veteran. So I'm like, my personal lean would be Elijah Mitchell getting that role, which is a lucrative role. This guy is priced at 400, Bobbywow.
It's lucrative at 400. Yeah. If that is indeed what's going to happen.
Might be Brashard Smith, but okay. 200. Now, I think the field thinks that it's Kareem Hunt who's going to come in on third down, and therefore these other 2 guys will be rendered useless.
See, I think Kareem's he's more likely to punch one at the goal line. I don't know that he's necessarily the third down pass, the 2 minute. He's not the 2-minute drill back. I do think it's got to be one of Mitchell or Smith.
You know, the chat is asking about the third tight end Gadsden, and he's got a 3 at the end of his name. And I'm starting to think that, Oronde Gadsden did not get a projection
there's a lot. Look, there was a lot of Hunter Luepke excitement too yesterday. This is kind of feeling like the same thing, guys.
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna put him in my player pool, and we'll deal with that. But that is, he's in the exclusion probably more because he's got that 2 at the end of his name, and the name matching thing didn't work for him there. Gadsden is very cheap at $800, but 0.06% owned. So somebody had asked. That's why I brought it up. Somebody asked, what's the Gadsden ownership? And it is significantly less than Disley and Conklin. So it does not look like the field believes that Oronde Gadsden this week is going to really even play or be a part of this team or game plan.
He's an MME turd in the flex. If you want to throw a couple shots at 150, but I don't know that I'd go any crazier than that.
Are there any? So we talked about the high end of this range. Hollywood Brown, some of the ownerships. You like Keenan Allen. We both, I think, agree we love both kickers. Yep. Although I don't necessarily generally like 2 kickers in the same lineup. I think could almost make an exception in this game. I will allow 2 kickers in the same lineup today.
You probably could. I think that here my caution there is that we have enough salary savings at wide receiver and tight end to where you don't necessarily need the kicker savings, because that's part of the perk of having kickers is that there's salary savings there, right? There's relatively safe points and salary savings. I don't know that we're going to need that necessarily here.
Salary savings might not kickers. Be. Listen, if we get those, if we could just slide in and be confident in Elijah Mitchell or Burchard,
definitely cannot be confident in either of those guys.
I feel like I need a little coach nugget to increase my confidence. But if that happened, everybody would get on it. I just want to point out, Jean Baptiste is reminding us that last year the Eagles played on that same Brazilian soccer field, and there was a lot of slipping and falling, and it was a sloppy kind of affair.
It's coated in picanha au jus.
You know what? It's coated in the fat renderings from the picanha. There we go. The giant fat cap rendered. No, it's very slippy. That normally means kind of like, you know what that leads to? Field goals, Bobbywow. You know what happens? All right, let me paint the scenario of the play. 3rd and 2, right? It's going to get a first down. So Pacheco gets the ball, hand it to him. All of a sudden, the feet just bloop, go out from under him, fall down. Nah, that's it. 4th down, kick a field goal.
Maybe. Let's be cautious about overanalyzing this stuff here. Okay.
But when it happens during the game, will you DM me and be like, remember you said that on the show that like it was going to be 3rd down and just like the bad field, bloop, slip, Omarion.
If that happens, I'm wearing a turd hat for the Showdown breakdown on Monday.
DM. Yeah. All I want is like a DM in the chat, in the Discord, like, dude. And that you all have to say is dude. And I'm going to be like, yup. And that's it. That's the whole thing.
You got it.
Yeah. That's all I want to hear. Dude, yup. That's all. Everybody knows what we're talking about. The Chargers, speaking like a sloppy game environment does favor the Chargers' approach to football. The Chargers want to run the football, slow this game down, keep the ball out of the hands of Mahomes. I'm getting keep the ball out of the hands of Mahomes, slow drives, throw it to McConkey, get the first down, hand it to Omarion, bring in Najee, give it to him, 3rd down, throw it to McConkey, get the first down, and repeat and repeat and repeat. 8-9 minute drive ends with a field goal. Half the first quarter is done. The first quarter is over. The score is 3-0 Chargers, that kind of thing. And you're looking at your lineups going, wow, this is a fantasy dud. And that's, of course, in typical Mahomes fashion, some 3rd and 4th quarter excitement, kind of like elevating the super turds into acceptable. All of a sudden you're like, wow, how did Worthy wind up with 22 fantasy points? Oh, 4th quarter heroics. I feel like it just took you through the whole game and how it's going to play out. Now just make lineups based on that.
Well, here's the thing. That doesn't make it any easier, I don't think. Because, look, I don't think we see, and I could be wrong here, I don't we could see 20 carries for Amarian. But even in that case, I don't know that he's able to put up beefy enough numbers. Like I'm even in that game script where Amarian is pounding the football. This Chiefs defense is pretty dang good up front. I don't know if that even makes it easier to build.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's what I'm saying. Slow, run up the gut. Defense, 3 yards. First down, Keenan. First down, Ladd. Third down, slip, fall, Dicker, kicker, 3 points.
Fall.
Yeah, you're going to see it. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Just for the I told you so's. Unless they fix the field, and that's just not a thing.
That's how Soldier Field has been for the last 50 years. They finally fixed Soldier Field last year, so it's the same thing. It's a football field, man.
Sometimes they're sloppy. All right, Bobbywow, let's jump over to the cheat sheet. I just want to see if let me see if I can shrink this down a little bit, but you know what? Let me go to I'm just gonna pull up the cheat sheet here. We'll go to the thing, and I just want to see, are there any DFS up north plays in the sheet, like in the turd zone or anywhere, that we think we need to talk about, mention, that belong on there? No, this isn't working. Hang on.
He shouted out Noah Gray. He likes him a decent amount here. He
likes Noah Gray.
I kind of like where you had us at the bottom. That was nice.
Yeah, I got to go back to the bottom. With it. Yeah. So he likes Noah Gray a little bit. Gray has legit ceiling, but very low floor. That said, he had a 21% target share when he was on the field, and the touchdown equity can be there. You can do a lot worse in this price range. $2,400 for Noah Gray, DFS up north pick.
Would it be shocking? Everyone's trying to figure out who we play, Will Dissly or Tyler Conklin. Would it be shocking if Noah Gray at least out-targeted both those guys? I don't think so.
I think that would have to almost happen to coincide with a down game from Travis Kelce, which is certainly in the cards. And you would also think, like, in a weird defensive game, it is the tight ends that tend to like pop in those spots. No?
Yeah, sometimes. It's just, yeah. Tyler Conklin doesn't move the needle, never has. What didn't move the needle as the clear tight end one last year. Although you do love him, so maybe there's something there.
Tyler Conklin put up big games. You know what I love, Bobby? Well, I don't have care for the person. What I care about is Tyler Conklin has put up 20 plus points, 5-7 times in his career, and no one's ever heard of him.
Oh, in his career.
Okay. Yeah, not last year. I'm just saying he's been a player for a couple of years.
Okay.
He has multiple occasions where he won you a tournament. So there's that. Yeah. DFS up north got Mahomes as a core play just in general on the slate. Certainly Xavier Worthy, I agree with. I'm not sure about Mahomes at all. Depends how the salaries work out. Do you want to any final thoughts here on the DraftKings breakdown? We could do a quick scan of FanDuel if you want.
No, I think we covered just about everything.
All right, works for me. And all right, so yeah, in chat, if you guys have any thoughts, questions, who's your favorite here? Chat. As a matter of fact, who's your favorite turd? Where are my turds at? Who's your favorite turd on this slate from this game? There's so many to choose from. We went over a lot of them, and really, I think it might come down to something like picking the right. Picking the right tight end from the Chargers, which is just so bananas. But maybe that's the decision that you need to make, or swapping out for Gray or something like that. Guys, remember, as I'm loading up this game for FanDuel, I just want to take a brief look. We know FanDuel has changed. We talked about this yesterday, but FanDuel has changed their format. FanDuel has effectively copied DraftKings across the board, including with the salary structures going all the way down to 1,000. They're doing 1.5x for their captain, or for their captain spot, or what they call the MVP. And the big thing here to understand is FanDuel still has a different half-point PPR scoring system. And FanDuel will, unlike DraftKings, if you feel that need, Kev, I got to play Mahomes. I got the Mahomes itch. Captaincy. just do it on FanDuel. He's going to be a better captain play on FanDuel than DraftKings. So you can literally split your entries. If you're going to play on both sides, you can split it. So you know what? I'm not going to play chalk freaking pocket passer at captain on DraftKings. That's just stupid. But on FanDuel, that's a pretty good way to do it, right? I think he is possibly appropriately the highest owned guy on FanDuel. So let's see if that's the case. Of course it will be, Bobbywow. It always is. So
Him
let's
and Herbert,
blow up the
65% of the ownership.
What's that?
Him and Herbert account for 65% of the ownership.
This
Makes
I can
sense.
accept on FanDuel.
Yeah.
The problem is you ain't winning shit if you roster a 42% owned captain here either. Like you're just going to tie with a bunch of people probably, but at the very least, it's priced correctly. He should be the highest owned captain just from a projection basis. It's significantly his projection at effectively as captain 28.6 is so much higher than everyone else. It's not even close. Luckily, FanDuel does give the 1.5x salary, so there is reason to fade the most expensive player at captain simply because the lineup that you make with him there is going to be more difficult. Daniels is touting Darius Davis.
Could be.
Or Bashard Smith.
Am I seeing this right? That Mahomes is more than double Omarion's salary on FanDuel?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Like that's
Omarion
like,
is incorrectly priced.
I'm not a huge Omarion guy in this game necessarily, but that is a spot where you see that and you say, okay, maybe there's some leverage to be had there. You talked about a sloppier game, at least on FanDuel. Talk about a sloppier game. Maybe Omarion kind of replicate some of Javante's game from last night. Maybe he doesn't get in twice, but maybe he gets in the end zone once. At 40% of Mahomes' salary, that gets it done. Maybe
I can absolutely see. And you ready for this? You want your mind to explode, Bobbywow, right here and now?
Yes, please.
I can very comfortably see Omarion Hampton outscoring both Mahomes and Herbert. No problem. No problem.
And he doesn't even have to do that or come close to it necessarily at that salary.
Yes.
But yes, I agree. I think that's certainly a possibility.
Now, in fairness to the field gets it, and he's going to be very heavily owned as a flex. But you know what? You know where he's 10%? Not that heavily owned? 11% captain. This is too low. Omarion Hampton. This is going to make me play this late on FanDuel tonight.
See, exactly. I don't. Again, I'm not excited about Hampton necessarily here, but a flag goes up in my head and says, okay, that right there, that's a great leverage spot. Great leverage spot.
I love the way the chat is thinking right here. I love it. I love that.
Oh, here we go.
Give me some Trizzy for the injury. Please, somebody do this. Please. I'm begging you. Guys, reminder, Bobbywow and myself back at 5 p.m. today, live on the channel, Tournament Tactics. You don't want to miss it. Burns is going to be there. Literally everyone loves Burns. And the only person that people love more than Burns is Josiah. Going to be there too. Everybody, Josiah. Literal, if they had a picture in the dictionary on of likable person, it's a picture of Josiah. And you're like, yeah, the guy's really likable.
As likable as he gets, truly.
Yeah, super likable. So 5 o'clock, Tournament Tactics, where we will be talking about what all the chalk is and all the good plays are, and then why we shouldn't play them in tournaments and instead play someone else. That's coming today at 5 here on the DFS Army YouTube channel. Of course, kickoff 2025, 20% off your VIP monthly or weekly memberships. But Bobbywow, this price on Omarion is crazy. $9,600 at captain. You can afford everybody in the lineup when you do it. He's only 11% owned. I think this is probably actually the way to go on FanDuel today. Just like get a little weird with it.
It's not even that weird. That's what I'm trying. It's not even that weird. Like he's the starting running back. You know, it's like it's potentially for a sloppier game. Both these teams have played very slow, gross games. Last season, both games were relatively slow and really kind of in the trenches. That salary is ridiculous in FanDuel's new pricing scheme here at MVP. That opens the lineup. You could put anyone else in there after that, basically.
Daniels has given us even more reason to be comfortable, not necessarily loading up on Mahomes. Again, I'm not saying Mahomes is going to have a bad game. I'm just saying from a DFS point of view, I get the hate mail that comes after when I say something like this and it doesn't come true. I get it all the time, guys. I know, and it's fine. But if we need more comfort in saying maybe we shouldn't be loading up on this guy at 42% ownership as a captain, it's the guy had 3 games over 20 all of last year. And the Chargers games were 14 and 14.1. And it speaks to Bobbywow what I said. The Chargers are going to come in here and try to slow this game down, run it, first down to Ladd on third down, run it, first down. And that leads to a big game also from Omar. This is so good of a play.
Well, it leads to volume. Whether or not it's going to lead to a big game, that's the question. I do think the volume should be there.
Well, we saw yesterday that even going up against the number 1 rush defense from last year, Javonte did fine. Here we have the number 2 rush defense from last year on the Chiefs. Should we let that scare us away from an underpriced Omarion Hampton? Listen, everybody make their own decision for that. Make your own decisions, guys. Let's see what. Oh, yeah, you got some good values here on FanDuel. Obviously, Xavier Worthy, 17.4. 7. I think that's an acceptable captain play as well.
It's crazy.
Which one?
I can't even fathom that price. Hampton's price. The MVP price. Look at it. It's just.
It's so far below. I mean, look at the value here.
Because I don't even like him. Really, it's just crazy though.
And by the way, his prop projection is very strong as well at 15.2. That is, you could bet it. When I say the prop projection, again, if you don't believe these numbers, this is why it's the most accurate system ever conceived. There is not a more accurate projection than the DFS Army prop projection. It does not exist. Good luck. I challenge all comers, all of them. Bring it publicly on this day. But when you look at this number, all right, you don't think he's going to have a good game? Go ahead, bet the unders on the player because they're available to be bet. Whatever you think is wrong, you can bet it, and you can put your money where your mouth is. So, yeah, Omarion Hampton is easily the best play on FanDuel. Sneak preview, Bobbywow, to the main slate. I know you're doing our FanDuel main slate cheat sheet, but scroll down. Keep scrolling, and you're going to find Trevion Henderson hiding under 5K.
Oh, jeez.
He's hidden in the... You won't even find him. If I didn't tell you this right now, you wouldn't know this. Because they buried him. They buried him. Robert Mitchum, if Najee starts, I don't give a fuck. I will not fall for it. Don't fall for that.
He's not. Harbaugh already said Hampton's starting.
Yeah. Omarion. Willie K is a ball of laughs in there.
You're so funny, man. Trevion Henderson.
He's buried, Bobbywow. Just scroll down.
That's the ugliest 3-headed backfield that this world has ever seen in New England.
Oh, stop. Who's Truly. The third head?
Antonio Gibson.
Oh, stop it. They're not playing any of those scrubs. Trevion Henderson is the GOAT. And all right, we'll talk about that on Tournament Tactics. That's for later.
Trevion won't even get 50% of the carries.
No Save way. It. Save it for Tournament Tactics. 5 o'clock noon. There will be arguments with me and Bobbywow. Turd hats will be worn. 5 o'clock live today here on the DFS Army YouTube channel. So could we consider like a kicker on FanDuel as an MVP? Is that in the realm of shit that could happen today, Bobbywow?
I mean, I guess it would be tough for a kicker to outscore Hampton, I think, on FanDuel, and they're more expensive than he is.
They're more expensive. I mean, they could if it's just one of those kickers.
Again, games. Is it within the realm of possibility? Of course, it's a showdown. I'm just saying, at that price, it's tough for me to take a kicker over Omarion when really you're not even getting that much more leverage, ownership leverage. But yes, it's possible.
Who else is relevant as a FanDuel captain? So I think you and I are established. Omarion is by far and away probably the best on paper captain play, and he's only MVP play. He's only 11% owned, which is bananas, guys. We're looking at FanDuel, by the way, to be very clear. If you just tuned in, our opinions on DraftKings were a little bit different, right? But here on FanDuel, they underpriced Omarion in a almost criminal way, to the point where you're basically forced to load up on him, and yet the field hasn't figured it out. Or maybe
I still, just to be clear, I still think Mahomes and Herbert are the safest two captains. If you're looking to play safer, you're playing cash games, or those are the two guys that I think I would rely on the most. I think Hampton is maybe the best tournament play in the sense that you get a ton of salary savings. He has a very good ceiling. The volume should be there, and you're getting leverage on the ownership. So I still think Mahomes, and I think you would agree, Mahomes, Herbert, safest plays.
Yes. Oh, of course. And by the way, part of the reason why I think it might work that you can just play these guys might be because Omarion's so cheap that it just makes lineups work even with a more expensive captain. Right. I just think Omarion could outscore them.
I think he could too. It's possible.
And by the way, when you use Omarion with those, with you use one of those guys as a captain, you're still needing to kind of force a couple turds in the lineup to make it all work, especially if you want to play both quarterbacks. If you throw Omarion captain, you could play both quarterbacks worthy. You can play whatever you want. Pacheco in there. There's no limits. I like the under on this. I'm going to use the, if we're going to talk props, I'm going to use the Proptimizer tool from Sharp before I do any kind of prop play. I certainly would not just bet one, but my lean is the under. I would pull up the Proptimizer here, but I am not going to do that right now. But my lean would be the under on that one, but I would use the Proptimizer to back up that play. All right, let's look at some more of these plays. Just looking for bargains. Hollywood Brown, 7,800, Bobby?
Yeah, and you're talking about flex plays, right?
Yeah, in the flex. Actually, yeah, when you go to the flex, it's even cheaper. So wait, let me pull that up here. Where was it? Who was that?
Hollywood Brown, 5,200.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
He's up right above Pacheco.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, this price is ridiculous. 5,200 for Hollywood Brown. WR2 could easily lead the team at wide receiver in target. Could easily be a touchdown guy. A 2-touchdown guy is a big play wide receiver, and he's healthy. Love it.
Yep. I mean, he's owned. He's 30+% owned, which that's about right.
Yeah, he should be heavily owned. Omarion Hampton at 42% ownership. I think it's too low. A $6,400 Hampton should be more expensive than that. Or should be even higher than 40%, but I guess that's as high as it goes. For any player, really. Pacheco, 28%, 9K is also really inexpensive, as a matter of fact. And this is
I like that price on Pacheco too.
Yeah, and actually, I want to bring it back to the captain MVP. I think Pacheco is perfectly acceptable as an MVP at that price as well. Better probably still than the quarterback. Like, would it blow your mind if these running backs outscore the quarterback? No, that happens all the time.
I think you could build a very, very good cash lineup on FanDuel by putting one of those guys at MVP. Then you can still get the two quarterbacks and the other running back in that lineup without needing a turd in the flex. So I think that's kind of my thought process. If you're playing cash on FanDuel, that's the way to go. I'm
not that expensive. Yeah, I would agree. I think we if we throw one of those two running backs in the MVP spot, you're getting both quarterbacks in your lineup if you want. Let's see.
Yeah, you get both quarterbacks, both running backs in the lineup with ease.
Any other plays here that are popping out for you that kind of like, obviously I love the kickers on FanDuel, and it's another point of reminder that a field goal kick and the 3 points that you get or 4 points that you get on FanDuel is worth a lot more than the 4 points you get on DraftKings, just because FanDuel scoring is significantly muted based on the half-point PPR. So it's really hard for a wide receiver on FanDuel to get like over 12 points without a touchdown. It doesn't normally happen. Yeah. They got to score a touchdown, but kick can get there. Three kicks.
Conklin's cheap. I talked about Conklin, joked about him a little bit earlier, but on FanDuel, he's very cheap. 2,400.
Yeah, that's basically free. 15% ownership expectation for Conklin. Let's see, compare him to Will Dissly. Dissly, 4,600. So double the price. half the ownership. And interestingly, Conklin projects about the same. So Conklin, he props
half the price.
Yeah, they're about the same projection. 3.5, 3.2, effectively the same thing.
To me, Conklin's the bottom of the barrel on FanDuel. I'm not getting any turtlier than Conklin pricing wise.
Go Thornton.
I know you like Thornton a lot.
Yeah, I would slide a little Taekwon in there. Just a little bit, because not that I need the backup turd WR3 forever, but he's a touchdown scoring.
I just don't think you'll need it.
If Thornton even gets one reception, it's probably 46 yards and a touchdown. That's the only reason why. He only needs one. Yeah, he's not going to be there. I don't think he's going to be in there just taking 2 steps and turning. I think he's got a roll, and the roll is take the top off. And if Mahomes sees you open, he can throw it 50 yards through the air, no problem, and he will hit you in the hands for a tutty.
I guess. Yeah. He's speedy.
Yeah. Every
team has their speedster.
I'm gonna play a little Taekwon, Bobbywow.
That's fine. I think you should. Just not as exciting for me on FanDuel.
1,000 is free. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I can make a lineup where I need a $1,000 guy.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need to go there.
You almost have to force it. I will force it.
DraftKings, I could see it
for tournament upside. How serious are we concerned about CMC's injury on Sunday? What is the max level concern? 10? I'm at about a 12 on this one.
How could you not be? I drafted McCaff. I really hoped he'd be back. This is a concerning. I'm trying to find any reason to not be concerned. I'm extremely concerned. Okay. I've tried everything I could.
Level 10 concerns. And oh, by the way, based on what happened last year, you better be ready with late swap or whatever. If I have Christian McCaffrey core play, if I don't get any kind of word that he's definitely, that is changing, and we've got to redo the whole week.
It makes too much sense. Here, it comes back to this. Why are the 49ers signing Brian Robinson Jr.?
Fuckers.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Meanwhile, if you drafted Christian McCaffrey and did not draft Brian Robinson Jr. As a backup, you might as well just fold it in.
Well, because they already have Guerendo, who
I don't think it's going to be Guerendo. I think it's Brian Robinson.
But what I'm saying is Guerendo is a serviceable backup, at least. Yeah. You don't trade for Robinson if you don't think CMC has some concerns, right? I'm just trying to look. Hindsight is 20/20. I'm trying to look back. It makes a little bit of sense
now that you think of it, but man, they said nothing. They just the same way they did it last year. Didn't say a freaking word. All of a sudden, it's he's got a Q tag, and next thing you know, this guy is done for his career. This is a career ender.
Okay, whoa, okay. No, let's pump the brake. It's not okay. It is
if he does not come back
right now. If he does not come back, of course.
I didn't say the career's over. I'm saying if he doesn't come back and it's fine, you might as well just shut it down and call it a career. Yeah. We did not get a B-Rob discount at all, but still a good price, good enough price point to play him. Yeah.
And I just want to address, someone asked why I'm against Hampton's results. I'm not necessarily against Hampton's results because of the Chiefs defense. I mean, I like Javonte a lot last night in a terrible matchup too. So I just think he is a rookie. We don't know what the split's going to be with one-eyed Najee yet. And the Chiefs know that the Chargers want to slow the game down. Like it's just how they're going to game plan. So I'm trying to, when you hear me talk like that, I'm trying to weigh all sides of the coin here. I'm trying to make sure that all perspectives are being acknowledged. So that's my hesitancy with Hampton. I could see it going a route where there is a lot of volume, but not necessarily a lot of production. So I'm trying to paint all the pictures.
Yeah. I mean, Chiefs are a good defense, and there's always there's a strong pathway to failure. It's certainly why in cash games, you're probably way better off just slapping Mahomes up there in the spot and locking in the minimum, 15 points. We did not even talk about Lambert. I don't expect Lambert to have any role at all in this game.
There are so many turds. There are so many turd options. He's one of them.
Yeah, he's just in that supreme turdly, probably not going to get a catch. mix get a catch in there at all. So let's finish this out, Bobbywow. We've got tournament tactics tonight at 5. Really important. Everybody, we hope you're going to be there. We're going to be going over the main slate. We're going to figure out everybody that you should play, and then we're going to figure out why you should play someone else instead. That's what tournaments in 2025 are all about on DraftKings. Let me just load up the showdown here. Bobbywow, let's kind of put together let's call it a DraftKings kind of like chalk lineup. The chalk.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Except I'm not putting
chalk, except not Mahomes.
I think we started. Wow, McConkey very expensive too.
You like Worthy? Let's start it with Worthy.
Yeah, let's start it out with Worthy.
I would put Mahomes in there now.
Get Mahomes in there, fine. I think I want McConkey over Mahomes, to be honest. But let's see if we can squeeze McConkey in. What about Ladd? Right? No, wrong.
Sure. Yeah. Then you talked about kickers, right?
Yeah. So get our kickers in there. Dicker. I'm going double kicker. 6,100 left. Hollywood Brown. That's not very cashy, but it's pretty fire lineup. Mahomes, Brown. I actually really like what I'm putting this in. I'm not going to call this cashy, but I think this is a pretty comfortable lineup for the slate.
It's a nice hybrid lineup, feels like.
Yeah.
More tournament.
Yeah, like I don't mind this in the tournament because you got a double stack with Mahomes in the flex, and then McConkey, the best player on the Chargers, and then both kickers in there. Sure, I would like to see Omarion and Pacheco and do different things, but this is a pretty interesting way to build a lineup for this slate.
And on DraftKings, it's different, right? We talked about FanDuel. He's so cheap, Hampton, that it makes way more sense to get him over the kickers. I think DraftKings pricing is different enough to where this makes a lot of sense. I like it.
I'm going to try and see if I can even load up FanDuel fast enough to kind of see what it feels like with building a lineup. Here we go. Okay, I did get it loaded.
If you got logged in right away. Wow, that's a sign.
Yeah, I got right in. Thank you, FanDuel, for slightly fixing whatever it is that you do. You don't have to look at how much money I have in my FanDuel account, people. It's really small, but let's go here. So when you throw Omarion up top here, you could do whatever you want. They leave it open. Look, we get Mahomes, Herbert, 8,500.
We said Pacheco. You want to throw Pacheco in there?
Definitely.
Again, this is cash, right? We're getting cashy here.
Yeah, 8,100 left. I mean, we could definitely throw either one of the kickers, Harry B, Cam Dicker. Look at draft FanDuel, just straight copy. You remember it used to only be
Harry B in there because Hampton's going to be scoring touchdowns. So we want Harry B kicking field goals. Now you got 9,200.
Keenan Allen.
Not terrible. Would have loved to get to Kelsey.
Or Worthy. I mean, there is a version of this. So here's a Worthy version. Wait a second. Put Worthy in there instead of Kelsey. 4,600. Who do we gonna call? Disley? Elijah? Definitely
Conklin.
Less good. Noah Gray? Conklin.
No, just kidding. I would say Disley,
the first one
Gray.
better.
There you go.
I mean, the first one's better.
The first one's way better.
Yeah, the first one's better. But
You
I mean,
could
gives you an idea.
Juju,
When you put Omarion, you put Omarion in there, it's good. Irish Jeeb says not to sleep on Najee Harris. You know who can't sleep? Najee. Can't close the eye.
You know what? The question whether we should have asked that hasn't been asked is
Trey Harris. Wait, that is a hot take right there.
Will lead scoring.
Do you even have information, Irish Jeebs, that Trey Harris will get any snaps? Will he be on the field? We talked about that. Maybe it is Trey Harris who's going to get the WR3 and not Quentin Johnston. Or maybe they're going to just split them, try to figure out who's good. Trey Harris could be a big sleeper on this one. I'm going to credit that. Irish Jeebs, approved.
The problem with Trey Harris is it's week 1. So I think he can grow into the role, but he's not cheap. He's not like min price. He's like 3K, I think, isn't he?
Which one? Yeah, Trey. He's basically free.
I don't think so. I think he's
4,200.
Like 3K.
No, I mean, it's pretty free.
Yeah,
DraftKings. Let's
on
check
DraftKings.
3,400. Not free.
Yeah, not free.
I think the DraftKings salary saver is going to be Elijah Mitchell. I'm throwing my $200 guy out there, my super turd of the slate, Elijah Mitchell. Give me a $400 player in my DraftKings lineup that I can just do anything else with once he's in there. Just want to note that we built the same lineup that Samuel Romano built.
Well, it was peeing.
This morning at 12:30 when he was peeing. I'm just trying to figure out 12:30 in the morning. How does that work? You can't figure it out either. Because 12:30, I thought, is either the middle of the night or the afternoon. Where do you work, Samuel Romano? His morning is at midnight. Does the night shift? No, I'm the only one.
12:30 a.m.
All right,
a.m.
I'm the only one confused. That's okay. All right, guys, listen up. Good luck tonight. Helmets up for the showdown. We're gonna smash it. Code kickoff 2025 is. You have a couple days left till Sunday kickoff to get that 20% off at DFS Army. We will be back here tonight at 5 o'clock Eastern sharp. No delays. I got dinner plans tonight, Bobbywow.
No delays. All right.
No, can't delay.
Okay.
Got dinner plans at,
Picanha?
7:30.
Are you going to the Brazilian steakhouse?
I wish I was. I wish. No, I'm with the gluten-free. We're going out for Japanese because, like, my wife doesn't eat gluten. Like, we have limited restaurant options available to us. And then we're going out with gluten-free people. And we're that.
You say that like it's such a...
No, it limits what restaurant you could. You can't
like
go
a
out
slur
for pasta.
Almost. Like
you can't go out to Italian food. You're not going for fried things at the bar. You got to accommodate.
Got to go with the gluten-free people.
Yeah, sushi.
You know what we need to know? Sorry, go ahead.
Another gluten-free environment, heavily gluten-free that people don't think about: Mexican food. No gluten in that.
Hey, there you go.
It's got to switch from the flour tortilla to the corn. Then you're good. Everything else fine. Beans, rice, it's all good.
Dinner with dicks inside. Oh. Oh my gosh, you guys.
John Marchese's no joke. I need a Marchese call.
I miss the chat so much. I
need a turd call.
We've had 2 podcasts, and it's been the best 2 chats. Oh man,
we'll save the buffet discussion for another day. All right,
is Taylor Swift going to be in attendance? That's the one thing we haven't figured out yet.
She's not going to Brazil.
She doesn't have a concert there.
I
thought
say
maybe the NFL scheduled around her. Maybe that's why they're there.
I say no. Noah Gray, the Marchese, turd of the slate. Marchese, turd of the slate.
I'm crying.
Taylor will be there. See, all right. Irish is a Taylor fan. He knows that she's traveling. You know why? Because Taylor and Travis flew in Taylor's private jet. He didn't go with the team. Them two just went in Taylor's private jet down to Sao Paulo.
Well, that's the florist from their wedding.
Yeah.
He actually lives in Brazil, so they had to go fly to see her, and they're at the same time.
They're out in Brazil because they need to. The florist is plucking rare flowers. The last living, Brazilian, peacock calla lily. They're all being clipped for this wedding.
We gotta go.
They're going to be serving white rhino meat at the wedding as well. All right, guys, it's getting out of control. That's what happens when we go over the hour, Bobbywow. Shit just starts going down. It just starts going downhill. 5 o'clock, tournament tactics, showdown tonight, Chiefs, Chargers, Picanha, Brazil. Good luck, everyone. Helmets up.